Since the COVID-19 pandemic struck in March 2020, American cities like New York City have created more pedestrian and biking-oriented spaces like the ones we see in European cities, such as Paris, France.
One of the things that's really exciting about the pandemic, that so many people went out and bought bikes and are walking and running places, and they want to keep doing that. They want to keep using our outdoor public spaces, getting out of their cars, moving their bodies.
In fact, New York City plans to install 30 miles of protected bike lanes in 2021 after bike use spiked 21% from July to October 2020. While this investment in bike lanes is comparatively new for New Yorkers, Parisians have been swapping gas pedals for bike pedals for several years now.
What you've seen in Paris, particularly during COVID-19, is the mayor has become a huge champion of the 15-minute city concept. And what that has meant is a huge increase in bike lanes. And the city, of course, has always had bikes, but she made it a much bigger commitment to develop the network and to close off streets to cars and allow bikes to move more freely.
A beautiful example of this kind of public space in Paris is the Georges Pompidou Expressway. Sitting over the Seine River, pedestrians and cyclists coexist on this reimagined highway. Even temporary artificial beaches pop up along the Seine River each summer, transforming asphalt to sand. On a smaller scale, additional bike lanes aren't the only change occurring in New York City public spaces. Times Square, for example, has transformed from a congested intersection to a spacious pedestrian plaza in 2009. And, during the pandemic, many other streets were closed to traffic. Outdoor dining is now a permanent fixture as well. But closing streets, expanding bike lanes, and building outdoor dining often means taking away road space from cars.
This is something that European cities have been doing for decades, that if the streets are narrower, you'll have fewer people driving in those spaces, and that people will adjust their driving patterns. And we've seen that already, that people take different routes than they did pre-pandemic. And so I think people can adjust to those kinds of infrastructure changes.
Still, more than a year into the pandemic, many American cities are considering whether these changes to public spaces are here to stay.
Everything we build, especially in a city where we're very dependent on shared systems, creates the city we live in.
Reinventing outdoor public space in New York City can foster a sense of community as streets and sidewalks move towards prioritizing pedestrians and cyclists over cars. Paris has shown the success of permanent changes like these.
I think as folks were stuck in quarantine at home, we clearly came to value public space, and I think we became more aware of it. I think the pandemic allowed us to look at our immediate public space in a newfound way.